You good? Yeah, your service?
I'm good. I'm Gucci. Boop, 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 boop,
Yo.
boop. What's good, everybody? Listen, this Friday, beautiful day here in SoCal, probably the same in NYC. What's good? I am your host, Abraham Gonzalez, co-host Zachary Ochoa. This is the Boxing Rush Hour Show live edition. Zach, what's the deal, man? There's a lot of people saying a whole bunch of nothing out here in these streets. What's up? I lost you there. Here we go. Hold on. We're having a technical difficulty here while Zach gets situated. I'm gonna post the link here on X. Let's see what the deal is. All right. While Zach gets situated over there, listen, folks, we have a nice. He's coming back on now. We have a nice little show, compact, and I'm gonna hit a whole bunch of different topics here. Obviously, the big ones involving Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. We just saw some Teofimo stuff going on. So, yeah, we got a bunch of different things that we're going to be covering today. Yeah, and there's it's a light boxing weekend. There is a DAZN card tonight. It probably starts in a little bit here. A most valuable prospects 14, I think it is, from the El Caribe in Orlando. And yeah, John Paul Rivera against Daniel Bailey, I believe is the main event. But more importantly, the debut of a Jamal Harvey amateur standout. And a lot of folks, a lot of pros, a lot of champions, they say like this guy, this kid's got the goods. So we shall see what is okay. Zach, you're back. Tell the people what's popping.
What's up, man? Yo, Abe was trying to hack me, so I had to pull some maneuvers and shit. I had to slip and slide because he was trying to hack into my system, man. Had some technical difficulties. I'm so sorry about that.
Nah, I ain't trying to hack you, bro. Yo, listen, well, I was just saying that tonight we got a DAZN card, most valuable prospects, MVP, most valuable promotions got it. Orlando, Florida, El Caribe, John Paul Rivera versus Daniel Bailey. But more importantly, Jamal Harvey's pro debut. This is a kid that a lot of people have been talking about, amateur standout. Like this guy, he might be one of those guys that fights for a world title in like 8 or 9 fights, right? And so yeah, I think that if you're gonna watch anything, watch that fight. And I think he's like the third one down from the main event, so he's on that main card.
Yeah, I was watching some tape on him and everything. He's pretty good. He's crafty.
Yeah,
he's real crafty. I just want to see him. I just want to see how it transitions to the pros and stuff. That's how I really want to see.
Yeah, for sure. And then so and we'll see. And then MVP comes back again tomorrow night on DAZN, and they're going to have a fight card from the same place. And let me see. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's going to be for a WBA interim title. So Yankiel Rivera is going to be fighting Angelino Cordova, and so they are going to be fighting for the WBA interim flyweight title. And then there's Yonalis Telez, a guy that we spoke about, the junior middleweight, that he might be in those big fights coming up next year. So he's on that card too. There's some good fights on this. So tomorrow's card is going to be probably something to watch if you're not watching something else. So that's the MVP cards. Let's see. Five is fine. No, somebody's hitting me up because I'm gonna have somebody come on who just released something recently. So, and we'll talk about that at the minute.
Is it Gervonta?
No, nah, not at all. Hey, listen, so we're gonna get into this next thing here. Nikita Zhu, the brother of Tim Zhu. So he fought on Wednesday. He had a first round TKO victory. Couldn't really see much from him on that. You know, he beat the dude up, knocked him down once. Then the dude quit on the stool. You know, didn't come out for the second round. Said it looks like there was a rib injury. Maybe he got hit with a body punch or something. So Nikita Zhu remains undefeated. But more importantly, you know, he's in that 154 division. There's only so many times that he can fight, you know, these lesser opponents, I would say, in Australia. Is 2026 the moment where he starts maybe fighting those top 20 guys? And and is it here in the US, or should he continue to build in Australia?
He's got to build in Australia because I want him to have a big fan base over there. He's already going to have a fan base, but I want him to establish himself as a Zhu, not this guy's little brother, not this guy's son, as a Zhu and as a real star, so that when he does come to the US and he fights his guys, you know, gets a little bit of American shit, and he comes, and then they have to go to him.
Yeah, but
he's the funny guy.
But see, the thing is that, like, I guess right now he's fighting on pay-per-view. Okay. And him fighting on pay-per-view, that's it's getting expensive, and people are already starting to say, man, you know, like every fight of his is on pay-per-view, even when he's a 30-1 favorite, right? And so I guess at one point you have to take him out of there and, you know, fight on an undercard here somewhere where he can get more exposure. Yeah, I don't know how many fights you think before they have to do that. Maybe one or two more.
Nah, just two more, bro. Not even that. Maybe one more. Like, why keep it? You know, you want to do exactly what you said.
Yeah, and I mean, now that you know, he got kind of working right now, he could probably squeeze another fight in before the end of the year, you know, and then just kind of go from there.
The guy he fought was a dud. Was a dud.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm talking about the guy fought dudes that just make their pro debuts and fight dudes and vice versa, recycle.
Yeah, no doubt. So we'll see. All right, moving on. Matchroom, right? So Netflix and Matchroom announced that they have this Netflix original series called Matchroom: The Greatest Showman, coming out September 17th. It's 6 episodes. So basically, they follow Eddie and his father Barry Hearn all around and different cities, and kind of giving a behind the scenes, sort of like the WWE's Unreal on Netflix as well, kind of giving, you know, how everything is made, you know, what it looks like in the kitchen, so to speak. But it also kind of gives a background on their come up and then the relationship between Barry and Eddie, because it looks like they don't always see eye to eye. Is this something that you are going to watch? Are you interested in seeing something like this, or is this something that you can see happening with maybe some of the other promoters?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not interested in it, but I am interested in seeing the father part, because he's the one that paved the way. So I would like to see more of his father and what his father thinks of the present day of boxing and stuff like that. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see if they talk about any controversies him and his dad have. You know, then I can understand what Eddie's goal and is with the sport, you know, and make me look at things different when it comes to it. And I would like to see highlights, you know, of it, seeing if they can, you know, talk, if they're talking about important shit and all that type of stuff, you know. And I can see that with other promoters. Like, you can see Oscar De La Hoya coming out with a whole thing saying from boxer to promoter or something like that. You know, who knows?
And let me tell you, the one thing that I did find interesting is that they said the sport that generates the most revenue for them is darts. It's not boxing. It's not whatever the other thing that they have. It's darts. That darts is a big thing for them. That generates the most revenue for them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, like the darts thing is becoming like a thing, or it is a thing, I should say. They
What
went
the
up, yo. They was in MSG. They was in MSG at the theater, and they like had a sold out arena in there. Not the arena, but the theater. They had a sold out a theater
the dots?
for darts, bro. It's a thing. It's not my
Look,
thing, but it's a
we're
thing.
talking about. Hold on, we're talking about the little fucking things that you go like this.
yeah, yeah,
Those. Hey,
yeah.
hey, I played that before. I like it. It's cool. Damn. Okay, I might have to go.
Yeah, shit is wild, man. Hey, all right. So we're gonna move on. So, top rank. I mean, Rick Glazer, who says stuff. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong, sometimes he's 75% right. But a lot of times he's onto something, whether it's completely right or whatever the case may be. He posted that Top Rank uh, has signed a deal with Stars, and that Stars is going to produce
Oh,
11 fights per year for them.
oh shit.
But
Okay.
he also put in there that it's only going to be like $1 million budget per, which that could be a little, whatever. I mean, I don't know about the specifics. Somebody reliable told through a third party that's BS, but I don't know what part of it is or not.
Yeah,
Just kind of putting it out there, like if it is true, I would not be surprised about Stars getting into the boxing business a little bit because there's live content. And if I'm not mistaken, like isn't like 50 pulling a lot of his shows off of there? Like once they finish, like he's not, and he does a lot of business with them and for them. So you got to kind of supplement that a little bit, I guess, in different ways. And maybe this putting live sports is a way for them to supplement it. What do you think about boxing on Stars?
I think that's awesome. The reason why I think that's awesome is because guess what I would do? When I'll go home, when I was younger, I'll go home, go through HBO real quick, see if there's boxing on there or whatever. I wouldn't see nothing. All right, cool. Sometimes you see it, except come later. Then I'll pass by Showtime. Okay, maybe some Showtime episodes. Showtime got some boxing, latest clips of boxing, Israel Vasquez versus, Rafael Marquez. I don't know. Some of it. And then you pass by Stars. It's like, oh, look at all these cool movies. But there was no boxing. But the reason why I'm saying this is because Showtime is not here. HBO's not here. And guess what's right there? And that was a prime with all those top, channels with Stars. And if Stars have boxing, it's perfect. You got the perfect name, Stars Boxing. I'm fighting on Stars Boxing. It's in every household. It's on Spectrum, TV. It's everywhere. If they can do this, if they can pull off getting Star Boxing popping, it doesn't only bring Top Ranking, it brings everybody. And they just flood opening the doors. So I don't know. $1 million budget, my ass. Stars got money. I don't know about no fucking $1 million budget. not dealing with Bob Aaron either. You understand? So I don't know.
Listen, the Bob father's gonna figure it out one way or the other, man. I keep telling people that, and they just don't understand. He's gonna figure it out one way or the other. All right, let's move on quickly to this here before my guy comes in. Let me see. Let me get this part out. So right here, this is the Canelo Crawford broadcast team. So you got John Anik. I guess he's doing play-by-play. He's from the UFC. Max Kellerman, Andre Ward are going to be the ones calling the fights. Michael Buffer and Joe Martinez are going to ring announce. Heidi Andro is going to be a reporter with Jim Gray. This guy Skipper Kelp, I guess he's from the UFC as well. He's going to be doing like the coaches stuff. And then the unofficial scorecard. Mario Lopez, Mark Kriegel, Antonio Tarver, and Mike Coppinger are going to do the front desk, like the opening stuff. So that's the team for Canelo Crawford. I think Thomas Triber is going to be the referee as well for Canelo Crawford, which is good because he doesn't take no smoke from nobody. So yeah, that's what it is right now. What do you think about them mixing in some of these UFC guys that cover that into this boxing space?
I don't like that, because it's like, you ever seen a movie where it's like Expendables or something? Where it's like a million of the best actors in the kitchen, and it turns out to be a horrible movie. You got a lot of good names there, but they can wind up not doing the greatest job. You understand? We gotta have quality instead of quantity. Got a lot of superstars there, bro. How much are y'all spending to get these guys out? They're not little guys either. These are big names, but can they do the job better than the guy underweight under them can without a name? Who knows? I'm not sure. All of them have done great things respectfully in each and every one of their individual careers. But to get together, I don't know. I just feel like there's too many known cooks in the kitchen. Not cooks, known cooks in the kitchen. But I would like to see it. If they can pull it off, that's awesome. But they doing it to views. Who's gonna watch? Who's not gonna watch my mother or somebody? Oh, I want to see Marvin Lopez. Let me see. They're gonna click the thing. Oh, I want to see Antonio Tava. I want to see. It's all clickbait, bro. They get these guys that are familiar, that have different audiences around the world. So it's smart, but I want those motherfucking cooks in the kitchen to actually cook some good food.
Yeah, and it's chemistry, right? It's all about chemistry. Chemistry is the name of the game. And speaking of chemistry, because I love to have chemistry on my website and people that contribute, I got my man Thomas Gerbasi on the show. Tom, what's going on, man?
Oh, we were right.
It's Tom Gerber. Who's that guy? I'm good. I'm surviving. Zach Van, it's been a long time since I spoke to you.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? I like the whole writer thing. I like it. I like that.
Yeah,
I don't. I'd like a little less.
So for those that don't know, Tom contributes to fightsatw.com for the wrestling material that we have there. He does a wonderful job, crafting stories on independent wrestlers that are trying to make it and getting their stories out there. So we definitely appreciate him doing those things. But he's on today because there's this thing here. See this right here?
I got one too.
It says boxing, the 100 greatest fighters.
Where's Zach's copy?
We got to get Zach's copy together here. So Tom is releasing this book in September, but you can pre-order it and order it right now on Amazon. Tom, tell us a little bit about this book that you're releasing and the reason why you felt the need to do it on this specific topic.
I did not feel the need. Trust me. I'm ready for the hate mail. A buddy of mine, Mike Degler, who works with Inside Editions, my publisher, he and I worked on 2 UFC books back in the Stone Age, which was 2011 and 2015. And he says, "Hey, that company he was with went out of business. He hooked on with Inside Editions, which is pretty big in the whole coffee table book licensed stuff, Harry Potter and Marvel and all that." And he says, "We're going to work together again." There you go.
Purchasing right now.
So he's like, "We're going to work together again." And he came to me one day and he was like, "Hey, 100 greatest boxers, are you in?" I said, "Yeah, I'm in." So here we are. September 9th it comes out, and like I said, I'm ready for the hate mail because you know how passionate people are about this sort of thing, and I think I made it very clear in the introduction that this is the 100 greatest, but it's according to me, because I could ask 100 people and they'll have 100 different lists. There are certain people who are givens. They're going to be in there. But, when you start getting to, 80, 90, 100, then it starts getting a little funky when it comes to people's opinion. You know, and I wanted to, you know, boxing's not baseball. Boxing's not football. You can't say, oh, this guy had X amount of touchdowns, or, you know, this guy had X amount of home runs, and okay, you're at the top of the list. Boxing's not like that. There are so many variables, so many different things that go into this. I think you remember the kid Brunson a few years ago. I think he got up to like 21 first-round knockouts in a row. People are like, this is the greatest guy in the world. But, you know, he was fighting guys like me. You know, when it gets to the point when he was fighting someone who was fighting back, then he wasn't the greatest anymore. So you're looking at level of competition. You're looking at the titles. You're looking at the impact. That's what I was looking at. When Abe, you're a member of the Boxing Writers Association, so you know this. We vote on the Hall of Fame every year. And hey, people gave us hell for putting Arturo Gatti in there. And I'm like,
what the hell?
why is this an issue? A, the guy was a world champion. B, he fought top level competition. He didn't beat all of them, but he beat some. But to me, his impact went beyond boxing.
Big time.
So this is the guy people who don't even like the sport were talking about on Monday morning around the water cooler. That to me, it means more than a guy who has 17 alphabet titles. You know, so hey, I'm ready for the heat, but I will defend everybody in that book.
Listen, man, I just ordered this. It says it's coming. It says it's shipping Tuesday, September 9th. I just ordered it right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zach, my man.
We going. You know, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see what's going on.
Are you ready to argue with me? You gonna argue with me?
Let's see. I think there's 100 possibilities that we can probably argue, depending if they're ranked. I don't know if you're ranking them though.
No. I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. I put it in alphabetical order.
Oh, that's smart. It would have.
I avoided that pitfall.
It would have took a long time to rank, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Right now.
Hey,
Now,
if you're asking if I had to rank 1 and 2, this might even cause some controversy because, you know, when it came to talent, I think everyone says Sugar Ray Robinson, but I think in terms of talent, impact has to be Ali, number 1. Because,
it's different.
you know, that man shook up the world and he kept shaking it up.
Yep.
So the day he died.
Yeah. So that would be my 1, Robinson my 2, probably Joe Louis my 3. That's all I'm giving you. The rest is in alphabetical order.
Now I tell you, for ladies and gentlemen that are on here on the live with us, you know, people who may not know that, you know, Tom is more than qualified to do a book like this. He is in the Women's Boxing Hall of Fame. He received the Fleischer Award, which is the highest award you could receive in this boxing thing of ours as far as journalism, for his dedicated time that he's covered the sport over the years. So he's more than qualified to be talking about the boxing, the 100 greatest fighters.
That's right.
That you can order on Amazon right now.
Hey, Abe, you stick around long enough, they start giving you stuff.
Yeah. Now, Tom, one thing that I found
it's like a going away present, but I ain't going nowhere, man. I'm in my prime.
One thing I found interesting that people won't expect on the surface is you have women fighters in there.
Women fighters.
You got an exclusive, Abe.
You said you got women? You got women fighters?
Yeah. Zach's ready to argue right now.
I'm not arguing. I'm just okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, that means
I know.
Layla Ali's page comes right after Muhammad Ali's page. I love it. Look at this guy.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I know that people are gonna, you know, the boxing nerds out there are gonna be crying. But hey, you know what? They're in the gym like everybody else. They made the sacrifices like everybody else. They take the punches like everybody else. Why not give the ladies some shine for what they've done?
Tom, let me ask you something. Now, are there in this book? Is there only retired
No,
fighters, or are
no.
there some that are active right now?
There are some active fighters in there.
So look, he's got half of the women fighters he's got in his book are from Gleason's gym anyway, by the way.
Hey, Zach, little tidbit for you. I'm working on a women's boxing book, and they wanted a sample chapter. We're trying to sell it to publishers. And the sample chapter, I called it The Center of the Universe. And it was all about the fighters who came out of Gleason's.
Yeah, that was my first boxing gym. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I fought there, man, in one of those white collar things.
Yeah.
I actually went the distance, and I got a trophy. It was like Little League.
Nice.
Little League with punches.
Yo, he's got Tyler Ortiz, he's got Terrence Crawford in there, he's got Canelo in there. I can't wait to get this book. I got the hardcover so I can read it a little bit, and then I want to place it right on my TV unit next to my watches and stuff like that. All nice.
Yes, yes, for sure. Look, I have it with me here. It's in a nice like textbook form, so you know you don't have to worry about getting it all like bent up. It's got some nice photos there.
And as you can see,
Don't show
you know how we are. You know how us writers are. You know, we want all the space in the world. So you could see, you know, if I'm limited to 500 words on somebody, it doesn't look like a lot, but I tried to make it interesting. I tried to put in personal stuff, like Roberto Duran laughing at me at ringside in Atlantic City because Tom Hauser, our colleague, told him how I got knocked out in 63 seconds in the Golden Gloves. And Duran just looked at me and he laughed. He opened his arms wide. I didn't know whether he felt bad or he was just saying like, yo, dude, you ain't meant for this. I think it was that. I think it was that I wasn't meant for this and he was just making fun of me. But I tried to put in things like that, you know, maybe people haven't heard, you know, and they'll enjoy.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, Tom, I was going to ask you something right before you came on, because you mostly do what you do. Well, not mostly, but you do a lot of work with the UFC and cover them. So you are familiar with the names more so than I would be, or someone else that may not watch it. You know, they announced the talent lineup, broadcast team, and those are going to be supporting the Canelo Crawford fight. So we got like names like John Anik. You have Skipper Kelp. You know, those guys that we're not familiar with. I'm not familiar with.
Hey, let me tell you.
Tell us about that.
Go hit YouTube. Go look up the old Tuesday night fights and go look up Skipper Kelp. Okay. This guy was a staple on Tuesday night fights. This guy was one of the most exciting guys you will ever see. He obviously knows the game. He's been around for years, and he's a good guy, too. I think he's a great addition as an analyst. John Anik, I'm biased because we're friends, and we've known each other a lot of years, but he is a complete professional, and he's going to knock it out of the park. I know he's already, since they had the press conferences, man, and they brought him in, he's been doing his research. He's getting stuff done. And he's going to kill it. He's a pro. He could call anything. He could call, what did they show the other day on ESPN? I thought it was the stupidest thing in the world. The cherry pit spitting contest. John Anik could call that and kill it. Right? He'll have 20 things about every cherry pit spitter, say that fast, in the world, and he'll nail it. So John's a consummate pro. Skipper knows the game inside and out, and he's been there. He's different than, you know, someone like us talking about it and saying, oh, yeah, you know, this guy should have, you know, kept his hands up. No, Skipper knows the game, man, and I think this is going to lead to a lot of good stuff for him down the road.
All right. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I appreciate it, Tom. Listen, once again, this is the book, Boxing the 100 Greatest Fighters, by Tom Gerbasi, and he is got it available now on pre-order on Amazon. Zach just ordered it. You can order it too. Definitely go into Amazon, look it up, Boxing the 100 Greatest Fighters. Order it and you know, support folks that really put their blood, sweat, and tears into every project that they do. Tom, anything on the horizon that you want to let people know about other than what you mentioned earlier?
On the horizon, I'm gonna be digging into this pizza that just arrived after I sat in traffic for an hour and a half. I didn't even change for that. I didn't even get dressed. I got my Megadeth shirt on, so I'm gonna go eat. But guys, I appreciate you, and we'll talk soon.
There's no way you can tell these people that are gonna ship my book that you gotta sign it first.
Dude, I'm gonna find you, man. Are you still in New York, Zach?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna find you when your book gets there.
The T-shirts come out. Boxing's 100 greatest, and on the back in alphabetical order.
All the names. Wow.
Smoke.
Trying to get me in trouble on the street, man. You know, people are. Somebody's gonna read that thing. I'm walking down, Houston Street or something.
Yeah.
Trying to get me in trouble, Zach. You're gonna have to walk with me, man, and protect me. You're my bodyguard.
Listen, if Archie Moore's not on there, we're fighting.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. He's got to be top 10 if I was rating him.
Oh man, that's what's up.
I had someone ask me. He's like, "Oh, if Ali's not in there, we're gonna have to fight." And I'm like, "Who does a book like that and leaves Ali out?" I said, "I need to find a new job."
Yeah. Oh man, hey Tom, we appreciate you coming on, man. Best of luck on the book.
Thank you.
Again, everybody, Boxing the 100 Greatest Fighters. Look it up on Amazon. Make sure you purchase it as soon as you can. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.
Have a good weekend, guys. Take care.
You too.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to get my book now.
Yeah, no doubt. We appreciate Tom coming by and talking about his book. All right, moving on to Virgil Ortiz, Ortiz-Zayas drama, right? Like, oof. So, it was a situation where Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin was kind of announced by The Ring. That was like on Friday, right? Friday morning of last week. And then it sparked all these, tweets back and forth between Virgil and Xander. At the end of the day, there was Xander posted a email from Eric Gomez to Top Rank, and the email said, "Hey, listen, Eric Gomez talking to Carl Moretti from Top Rank. Hey, we want to do 50-50, either Vegas or California. The Zone is going to, put up half in advance or something like that. Like, a bunch of little details, but basically, no BS. They're trying to get the fight done." He was like, "Hey, listen, if this can be agreed upon, we can work out everything else."
Xander posted that?
Xander posted it. And then on Instagram where he posted it, one of his fans said, "Yeah, I can't believe that they said 50." Oh no, because he said, this isn't a real offer. And then one of his fans said, "I can't believe they asking 50-50. You're the champ." And then he replied, "I know." So that leads me to believe that he felt like he deserved more than a 50-50 cut. And I'm just like, you just won the title. I get that Virgil isn't a champion, but name recognition wise, and I did like a little sample. I went into Google Trends for the last 12 months in the US, and it was clear that Virgil Ortiz's name was more searched on Google than it was Xander. Xander had a lot of the East Coast stuff, but Virgil had the Midwest and all the way to Cali. Mm-hmm. But that was just one data point, right? It could be, they could use several different ones, right, to kind of do an argument for either one. The point of the matter is that he felt like he wasn't a 50-50 guy. I don't know. Like, what do you think about that? This is my thing, and I'm gonna shut up after this. Can any of Xander's previous opponents beat Israel Madrimov?
Come on, bro. No. No.
So if none of your previous opponents can beat the last person Virgil beat convincingly, then what are we talking about?
All right, this is what I'm thinking. It's way smaller degree, but it was one of the most recent stuff we talked about. It's way smaller. Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Who came out last? The champion. Who's the champion? Mario Barrios. But who came out last? Pacquiao. Who got, who has the bigger name? I'm proud Puerto Rico as a world champion. I'm very happy about this. But we need to start acting like we're hungry. You understand? We want to earn our shit, earn our spot. Let the motherfuckers take this. Okay, let me beat him. Felix Trinidad. What? Okay, no, I don't care. Come on, take 30%. I'm gonna knock him out. Boom. Next thing, you're taking 70% off the top your next fight. He's not a bigger name than Virgil Ortiz. Everyone in the world knows who Virgil Ortiz is. Most of the people in the world knows who Virgil Ortiz is. Everyone's starting to know who Zayas is, but people still don't know. You can ask the people, even some of the Puerto Ricans, who was it? I don't know. Games, and that's where it stops. You understand? That's where the arguing stops. So I feel like Xander has to earn his stripes and say, "Fuck it. Let me put my gloves in this right now. Fight Virgil Ortiz and earn it, and earn that for when your next fight. Like, say if he did fight Virgil Ortiz, and say if he stopped Virgil Ortiz or he fucking blew him out, unanimous decision. His next fight, he can say, yo, I'm world champion. I'm calling the shots. And guess what? He would have all the rights to do that. But no, you have not fought a Madrimov. None of your opponents can beat a Madrimov. Nobody knows really who you are. You haven't really sold out certain arenas yet. But guess what? You got to wait your turn. You got to be hungry. Got to get hungry, man. But it's a business, so
yeah. One of the other things that he has said was, that he wanted to fight in Puerto Rico, and I'm like, bro, Oscar De La Hoya, he went on and he did a video, and he was like, you want to fight in Puerto Rico, but your promoter doesn't have a TV deal, so who's putting up the money? Who's putting up the money? Like, we're putting up the money through the zone. So we're gonna say where it is, like it's simple as that, And so it got back and forth, and then basically Virgil was like, "Listen, you got till 5 p.m. Friday, which is 6-7 hours after, to either accept it or not." And obviously he didn't. So they officially announced yesterday, I think it was, Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin. November 8th, I think it was, in Fort Worth, Texas.
That's a great fight. Shit.
That's a really good fight.
Bro.
And I'm looking forward to that. But then it's like, Xander, who are you gonna fight now? He's probably gonna fight, a voluntary defense against somebody at 154. And this is what I told you, Zach, a voluntary defense, and then he's gonna be like, man, I need to go up to 160.
Okay, so we're talking about if he can still make the weight, if it's going to be hard for him to make the weight, if he's going to struggle, it's going to affect his performance and everything. But you haven't been knocking guys out too much, but can your power come up to 160? We don't know. I'm not really sure about that. We're talking about 160. That's where Kelly Pavlik and all them guys used to fight. Those are big guys, bro.
Yeah, but 160 is weak, bro. 160 don't have a lot.
Right now, how they looking?
You got Erislan de Lara, who's the champ. You got Janabek. He's probably the strongest, but he's not staying at 160 that much longer. He's moving up to 168 probably as early as next year. So there's really nobody at 160, bro. So
he moves up. He tries to get a belt there, and he gets a belt. He's like, "Yo, I'm a 2-time world champion, 2 different weight classes."
Bingo.
I can wager and say, "Oh, I can get more of the." But it's
bingo.
It's the fights, the names. Who do you have on the? Understand?
Yeah.
So you can never knock a guy's accomplishment, though.
Yeah, for sure. And look, it's just that we want to see him, in if he's going to take that stance that he's the champ and he A-side stuff or whatever, then you need to fight somebody real next. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of killers at 154. You can spin the wheel and pick whichever one. Pick one of them guys. But I don't want to see him fight welterweight that's coming up to 154 just to fight him. I don't want to see that.
No, but I'll tell you one thing. I feel bad. I don't feel bad for him, but it sucks because Lubin and Virgil Ortiz are about to have a crazy crowds, crazy views, and potential fight of the year type of shit. Because Lubin goes out on his shield. That motherfucker. Lubin fight his ass off, really, real good, and he's tough. He gets up, same as Virgil Ortiz. So this gonna be a firefight, bro. Lubin gonna try to see if he can box against it, but they gonna wind up fighting. It's gonna be an all-out war.
Now I'm gonna tell you, if people were, on their game like that, I would probably, I don't know if they could do it because ego and pride and all that, but I would put Xander on the co-main against like Alexis Roach or somebody like that.
Ooh, I'm saying that's smart. That's fucking smart.
And then if Virgil beats Lubin and Xander has a big title defense, they're in the same thing, then that's how you build a even bigger fight.
Mm-hmm.
So,
exactly.
We'll see. But what we are getting is Virgil versus Lubin in November, and that's a hell of a fight. So can't wait to see that one.
I'm going. I want to go.
Yeah, and Fort Worth is dope place. Fort Worth is dope place. I lived there for a few years, so shout out to everybody.
We're having you live. Every time, listen, guys. Every time we say he says a certain location, I lived in Hawaii for like 2 months. I was 2 days, and it was cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. Hey, listen, I've been to like 20 different countries, man. I've had a pretty good life. I was gonna hit up last weekend Moses Itama, heavyweight, right? He took care of Dillian White like he was supposed to. However, he took care of him a lot faster than he was supposed to, and he did it in the first round. But I felt like that hype train went way too fast after that because they were like, "Yo, he should fight Joe Parker next." I was like, "Yo,
yeah, but yo, Dillian White has been through hell. He's been through so much. He's older and everything, but that performance was on the money because you're not supposed to take this veteran out like that. But with heavyweights, anything can happen. So how I think about this guy Moses is this: he can go as far as his chin's gonna let him go. We haven't seen him take a shot, so we're gonna see what happens. He can is he a Christian Ariola? Is he is he another one of these guys, or is he legit? You know what I'm saying? And could take a shot. And I'm happy because guess what? He's a Latino. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing.
He's doing his thing, but slow the roll. Like there's no rush. He's 20 years old. What's the rush?
Yeah, but that's true. But who else did they do that with? This guy that stopped Anderson. What's the guy's name?
The dude from Africa. I know you're talking about. You could throw him in with him.
They was calling him the next George Foreman. Like people go so fast from calling a guy a bum to Floyd Mayweather. 2 seconds from calling Rolando terrible fighter to get knocked out after he beats Ryan Garcia to one of the best right now, man. Yo, the switch is crazy. From calling Javante one of the top pound for pound after Lamont Roach. Oh, he ain't like it. This is what you got to expect. These people, but it's good for boxing. It's good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. The heavyweight division doesn't. It's tough because it's like you have like your prospects, and then it's like you have world champions and former world champions. Not a lot of good in the middle, right? And so he may end up having to fight like, if they can do it, like a Jalei Zhang or somebody like that. And if he could look really impressive against them, then they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll put him in Usyk. But you know what? Like messing around with Turkey might put him with Usyk next.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
But I mean,
they don't like him that much for them to want him to get paid like that. Because if he fights Usyk, he's getting paid. He's getting paid.
So we'll see. All right. Listen, the big event that was announced. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, November 14th on Netflix in Atlanta. It's a big event. And what I keep telling folks is if you're a hardcore fan and you're up in arms, guess what? This fight is not for you. This fight is for people that recognize the name Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul and just want to show up and say that they were there or that they watched it. That's what that's for.
You sound like a prime promoter right now. You literally sounded just like Oscar De La Hoya the way you said that. The way Abe is saying this, it's like we got checks coming in for this. Listen, Abe is absolutely right. I'm a real hardcore because I'm a fighter. You understand? I'm a professional fighter. And the thing is this, I can be like this all day. Oh, this sucks. This sucks. This sucks. Yes. But you got to think about it not like that. You got to say, okay, guess what happens? Big eyes going on to the sport. Bunch of young kids coming on to boxing. A bunch of people watching this. And then the best part about it, my favorite part, is the guys on the undercard get an opportunity to shine. You understand? I understand it's an exhibition that I'm glad it's an exhibition, not a real fight. I don't want it to be a sanction on their records. That's crazy. But for it to be a show and then allow professional fighters to fight on it, why not? I mean, okay, you could say, Gervonta, why you not fighting Roach? Well, you guys really got to think about Gervonta. Y'all looking at him, he's just a fighter and everything, but he's also a person. He wants to get money so he can support himself and his family. Maybe he just wants to stop with all this shit. And that's it. Some people don't care about the accolades. Some people just want to get the money. They love it. But some people at the end go, damn, is me in the Hall of, how many Hall of Famers are broke and suffering right now? You can walk down the street in New York and see some of the top guys suffering. You understand? Gervonta's not trying to do that. And we got this guy, Jake Paul, who everybody makes fun of for coming from YouTube, this and that. I do, because I don't care for it. But guess what? He's bringing eyes onto the sport, and they're about to make a big spectacle and good entertainment, bro. It's going to be so entertaining. They're going to be joking, talking shit. It's dope entertainment. But the best part is they respected the sport by making it an exhibition. So you cannot complain about this shit.
Period. And let me tell you, they already started. Like Jake Paul did a video where he had like a lookalike of McGregor with like coke on his nose on a lineup, and then he had Canelo with somebody looking like Canelo, and then somebody looking like KSI, and then they put the camera all the way down, and it was a small little dude, and it was supposed to be Gervonta.
Yo, and guess what? That lineup. It can all happen. You know why? Money.
Yeah.
Money talks.
And look, Tank is probably going to make $20-30 million, bro. He not making that against nobody else, bro.
You going to make that against Roach?
Nah, he wouldn't make that against Roach.
You going to make that against Roach and Roach on your ass? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's really studying every little thing. That's a tough fight again. Even though I think Gervonta, he still slept on after that performance, but it's great money.
Yeah, Adam said, "Don't see surprised to see an early DQ for an overdose of Tank with the accidental low blows." Huh?
Yeah, he was talking about that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I mean, I just hope that it just doesn't turn into like something, afterwards where it's like a melee or something like that,
Why? Why would that happen?
Yeah, like if whatever that Adam was saying, like if there's like DQ or something for low blows and stuff, I don't see that happening, but you never know. In the height of the moment, yeah. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, would you be surprised? Because I wouldn't. Would you be surprised if that event did bigger numbers than Crawford Canelo?
Not really. No. The reason why is you got this motherfucking Jake Paul. He's got the whole YouTube and Disney World in his pocket, and has some sports people behind him. Guess what? You got the biggest superstar in boxing, which is the guy that took the air from Floyd Mayweather, the throne. Gervonta Davis. He can do better. It can. Would I want it to do better? Not really. But it can. But the thing is this, Canelo's also a fucking star.
Yeah.
It's star versus great champion, which is Crawford. This is celebrity star versus also superstar. So that's why I can't do better. That's the perfect way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. I mean, I think you summed that up perfectly. What does Lamont Roach do next? Now, before you answer that, Floyd Mayweather Jr. posted something on Instagram that was pretty interesting. He posted a picture of Lamont Roach and said his guy Kermel Morton is ready for Lamont Roach right now, and that if he needed to, he would put up the money for the fight.
Hold on. This is crazy. All right, check this out. All right, Floyd is a monster. The reason why Floyd is a monster is because Floyd Mayweather knows he's got Tank like this. He barely has Tank, right? Pause. And yo, if he has Kermel, because he's a good fighter, fight Lamont Roach, and Kermel beats Lamont Roach, it's the only way he can beat Lamont Roach is if he knocks him out, but Lamont Roach is too crafty for that. This guy's a little green, but he can fight his ass off. If Kermel beats him, he's got boom, new superstar on the map over. And he overrided. Oh, you know what overrided is when you overwrite the video game and you're like, yo, fucking let me overwrite this shit. Boom. Overrided Gervonta Davis' career and hit on his roster right there. Boom. I got the new. And guess what? Floyd's gonna start taking him to places. He's gonna start making him dress flyer because he's looking a little crusty. He's gonna make it everything. Watch, you're gonna see. And then you got the new Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis type of guy, as in Kermel. But Kermel's actually a good kid, and he speaks very well. He doesn't talk hood. He doesn't act really too hood. You understand? And he has a good father with him, too. But all that can change once you become a superstar. But that's what Floyd Mayweather was trying to do. He's playing chess.
That's right.
Fuck that.
But you know what? It's funny because
That'll be funny.
Yo, Lamont hit the comment section and was like, "Fuck all that. How about me and you get in the ring, Floyd?"
Hey,
exactly.
It can happen, bro. Imagine that. You know why? Floyd Mayweather take his ass to school and be like, "This look, I did something about."
But listen, and Lamont is smart, right? Because he knows that a Floyd fight would be worth double.
Yeah, not gonna happen, but that would be amazing.
Yeah. Floyd ain't giving nobody no rub like that. Crazy.
But the thing is, everybody's trying to be number one and to get over on Tank. Everyone's trying to take Tank's spots. Keaton Davis's, the Shakur, the Ryan Garcia. Everybody's trying to take Gervonta Davis' spot since 2017, 18. So really think about the impact that Gervonta Davis has had. So guess what? The numbers are definitely going to go crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But left out in the cold is Shakur Stevenson. Oh, before we get into that, like if Lamont doesn't fight any of these guys, who else is out there for him? Like me personally, I love the Gary Russell Jr. fight. You know, if they could make that happen in the DMV area, but it just doesn't seem like he's interested in that one.
No, the thing is this. I'm on my Roach. I'm gonna be honest. This is how I'm thinking. Ready? Yo, bro, if I'm not getting this fucking Tank fight that I'm already psyched up for, that I'm hyped for, that if I win or lose, it doesn't matter. I'm getting the craziest money. Why I'm gonna fight this other tough motherfucker for like not even a quarter, 12% of what I got paid for the Tank fight? Nah, man. Take my mandatories, keep beating them up until I get a bigger name for a bigger check. I've got a taste of this blood already, which is the big money. I need that again, or I'm just taking these easy little praise.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So moving on to who's left out in the cold is Shakur Stevenson, right? who he's been chasing after this Tank fight.
Never get him.
He posted something about wanting the Lamont fight, but there was a quote tweet by Teofimo Lopez, and he stated on there that, and I'm gonna pull it up right now to put on exactly what he said. He said, "I've already accepted the fight. I'll see you in the beginning of the year." So if we're taking his word, then Teofimo versus Shakur Stevenson happens in the first quarter of 2026. If you give it a 1 through 10, 10 being most likely, what do you rate that fight actually happening? 1 through 10.
-1. Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo, he knows how to get attention. He knows how to get the people to watch and to look at what he's saying and stuff like that. That fight is not happening. And if it does, shout out to both of them motherfuckers. I'll be all for it. I would love for that fight to happen. I'm not disregarding it or saying I wouldn't want or hate. That fight is not happening. And if it does, I'm giving 1,100% support on that fight. But that's fight. Bro, the fight is not happening. You know what happens? Tio messages Shakur. They say, yo, I'm going to put this shit up, but, get people hype about it. Boom. Yo, they tweet. It's that simple. These motherfuckers all know each other, amateurs. They all little buddies behind closed doors.
And it's funny because True. That was after that tweet came after he said, I don't know about anyone else, but congratulations to all those in play for November 14th, Jake Paul versus Tank. I'd love to fight on that card as another exhibition. I believe it'd be fun and historic. Yeah, this guy, he is all over the place, man. But if he fights the exhibition, who would he fight? What? KSI?
On the exhibition?
Yeah. He wants to fight on the card in an exhibition as well.
Oh man. If he would have to fight like one of these streamers. Like a fun looking fight. You understand?
Like KSI or somebody like that.
Yeah, like something cool. Fucking, spar Kai Cenat in front of everybody, just fucking around. You understand? Like stupid shit, which is cool. Because if it's an exhibition, get your money, bro. Yeah. I'm all about the fighters to get money. I don't care what fighters that I don't think are the best or anything like that. Fighters get money outside of actual sanctioned fights. I'm all for that shit.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, man. So listen, that pretty much wraps it up for today. I mean, I think we hit it right at almost an hour, man. Not much going on in the next couple weeks until the mega fight between Canelo and Terrence Crawford. So, we'll keep monitoring that situation. They're Crawford locked in. They're showing clips of Canelo and pictures, and look at Canelo, how he looks, and look how Crawford looks. A lot of that, you're gonna see a lot of that stuff in the next couple of weeks. But on my website, fightsatw.com, fights around the world, we're gonna have some different stuff, some different ways of looking at the fight. I'm gonna try to get my celebrity piece going by you have some celebrities on there, some hip hop artists, Hollywood actors, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have try to do different things on the website for that. And but let me tell you, these guys, they got it all figured out. The Friday before, so the night before, they're doing a WWE AAA event in Vegas. AAA is the top Mexican wrestling promotion. And WWE bought them out earlier this year. So now they're doing this, Lucha Libre event the night before Canelo Crawford in the same area. Bro, like, you want to talk about like engagement and getting people like talking, bro.
Yes, it's so smart. And one thing I'm excited for is just the festivities. Is that what you say? The events around that. I think that's awesome, man. Like, if it's fun for like a Pacquiao Barrios fight, imagine for this Canelo Crawford fight. It's gonna be fire, bro. And then, not to get all professional, I wonder what's the weights looking like right now for both of them in camp. I
Mm.
wonder what they are right now in camp. What's the weight class they're fighting at? 168, correct?
Yep.
I would assume, Canelo right now is about maybe like in the just 180 solid, maybe for right now, maybe. And then I would think, Terrence Crawford, he's probably in the 173, maybe 174, because he's going to lose that fast. He's going to be able to lose that fast.
Yeah, because they had him at 180.
He has to eat a lot, bro.
Yeah, they had him at 186 like a few months back, but Crawford. But
he's in shape.
Yeah, but I think that he'll be, like you said, he'll be burning that off quick. Yeah, I mean, supposedly he's been training, since his last fight at the higher weight class the whole time.
I believe it.
So he's been training in the 180s the whole time. And then, now it's going to come down. Oof. It's going to be interesting, bro. It's going to be interesting.
See if you can get some good quotes from like older fighters like, Roberto Duran or Sugar Leonard, all these other guys, maybe like who else? But anybody, these older fighters, I want to see what their takes are on this fight.
Yeah, especially ones that went up different weight classes for fights and stuff like that.
You know how Roy Jones thinks right now.
Yeah.
You know how Oscar De La Hoya is thinking about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not giving Terrence Crawford a shot. It's pretty wild. You understand?
Yeah.
But don't sleep on him. Don't sleep.
Yeah, that dude, let me tell you, man, one thing he does not do is not take boxing seriously. He takes boxing very seriously. And he's the ultimate competitor, a la Kobe, Derek Jeter. Like, he is the ultimate competitor, and he does not want to lose. He doesn't like to lose, and he's gonna prepare in there as if he's gonna blow out Canelo. And if that were to happen, woo.
I want to see some knockdowns. Fuck that.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see that though.
I don't think so. I'm not sure either, but I would like to see some knockdowns.
Yeah, I don't think we're there. There's going to be pockets where they're gonna exchange multiple combinations, and whether that leads to a knockdown or not is obviously to be determined. But I think that some of those early rounds are going to be very careful. Very careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just had it in my head already. Canelo he has to throw punches, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He better not just walk forward and do nothing. He needs to throw punches, doggy.
Yeah.
Why am I saying this? Because I'm feeling it right now. Throw punches, bro. Cut off the ring. Throw with them bitches, man. Crawford gonna be like this he'll be like this all night. Boom, 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 boom. Cut the ring off. You gotta throw punches. It's all about Canelo's output in this fight. If he can have a good punch output, he can make it crazy interesting.
Yeah. Hey Jay, you joined us. We were about to roll out, but come on in and tell the people whatever it is that you wanted to tell the people.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I thought you had maybe a few more minutes on, but I'll if I jumped on. Yeah, sure. Well, I don't think I could say anything more about the Tank Davis Jake Paul thing. I guess I'll just say one sentence. It just because a lot of his fans, because I've been debating them on other shows since this news broke. They say, well, you can't blame him. He's taking the money, etc. Tank never said he was about legacy, so why are you mad? And the reason why is because some people, certain channels, everybody knows what I'm talking about, have said he's the face of boxing. So everybody else do the maths. Yeah, I guess on what you were saying, Zach, about Crawford Canelo, I've always said that because of Crawford's skill, Canelo is going to be forced to work in this fight. Whereas William Skull didn't. William Skull just moved around the whole time, and Crawford won't be an easy target like Munguia was. because of size, I think Canelo should win pretty handily. But yeah, he's going to have to work in this fight, which is why it's compelling. Yeah, I don't know what Shakur's going to do. I feel Tank, again, not because of Tank's record, but because of his the hype behind him. This move has damaged the division a lot because, we just lost Keyshawn Davis because of stupidity. And now Tank has just, again, completely thrown in the towel. And Shakur is he just had a great performance, best of his career, but it's like, well, who does he fight now? So it's a weird one.
Yeah, but who wants to fight him?
That's the question right there.
The thing is this: you got these world champions and all that shit. Who wants to risk their good record or their rap or their next fight for big money to fight Shakur? Shakur looked great that last fight, bro. He showed a lot of shit in that fight, but he also showed a little bit of holes too, that maybe they can catch him. Who knows? But he's not a superstar. Fighting Shakur is not going to get you $10 million. It's not going to get you $5 million, maybe, depending who's the promoter.
Yeah.
You understand? So.
And then with the Tank situation, I don't think that this lessens his face of boxing, and I think that when people say that, you kind of have to explain a little bit about what that actually means. Gervonta Davis, regardless if he's fighting this exhibition or not, he is still a face of boxing. He is probably one of the most recognizable fighters, other than Ryan Garcia,
and he
in the game, and or Anthony Joshua, somebody like that in the UK. But that's the level of name recognition, face recognition that he has. So him taking this fight is not going to damage any of that. To be honest with you, I think it's going to multiply that and make it even bigger because of who Jake Paul is bringing in that is going to be around this event.
I'll tell you one thing. Terrence Crawford walks down the street in New York. Some people maybe going to bother him. Gervonta Davis walk down the street in New York. It's going to start getting a little crowded. Yeah. That's how that would happen.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what it is. That's how it is. Look, even with Ryan, man, he was down at the influencer conference in Miami. Like, these guys, they know what they need to do to be that person, and they do these things that aren't boxing related. They aren't related to anything else, but will help continue to build their profile. And that's why Tank is not losing with making this fight.
Yep, I understand that.
Yeah, true. Tank's definitely going to get more eyes. That's true. What I guess I don't know what that was. What I guess I meant was, because people have called him the face of boxing, you expect him to do face of boxing kind of stuff. And the reality is, like, I'm talking about actual boxing. I'm not talking about getting in numbers. Like, let's just. I used to throw this. Yeah. I made this joke back when I was a teenager, and people used to, and people were at fight parties, instead of talking about fights, they were talking about celebrities fighting. I'd say, let's put Brad Pitt in the ring, and he'll sell out, and he'll sell out. But should we make him fight for the title? That kind of stuff. His entire career, he's attempted unification once, and that's with Lomachenko 6 years after he was supposed to fight him. So that's the kind of thing we're talking about. Yeah. But also what you said, Zach, I actually have a video coming out on how I feel in terms of a star perspective. I feel Terrence Crawford kind of has damaged, not in terms of this fight, because he got the fight in the end, but I felt he could have done so much more after beating Errol Spence to become the star that he could have been. So,
yeah, but, I mean, as far as Tank though, Jay, like, face of the sport means different for different people.
True.
Exactly.
Face of the sport to a hardcore purist, means one thing, but to a casual, that means something else. That means that if you line up 100 fighters, I know who you are for sure. I don't know anybody else, but I know who you are. So, depending on who you ask, face of boxing has different definitions. And Crawford, he probably could have taken that if it was out there. That Jamel Charlo fight would have been, big at that time, because people wanted that one.
They talked about
Yeah, but since it didn't happen, he sat out to get what he ultimately wanted, which was Canelo fight, and so I guess you could blame him for that. But then at the end of the day, he got what he ultimately wanted. Now, if he didn't get the Canelo fight and he ended up getting somebody else, then yeah, it would have been a waste of time, right? But he sat out and got Canelo in the end, so it was worth it, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out for him, and I'll explain it in the video. I just feel that because of how long it took for him to get the Spence fight, because the PBC did not make it. They made it difficult for him, to put it mildly. Afterwards he had all these big fights. He could have fought Boots, he could have fought Ortiz, and he was the face of boxing after that fight. And he did nothing with it. He sat out for Madrimov. Nobody knew who Madrimov was. And then he did nothing. And then, let's be real, and I love Crawford, but he held the belt hostage. That belt still is not vacant. And 154 is the deepest division in the sport. But he got the fight. But he got the fight. He got the fight due to circumstances. Like, Canelo should have fought Benavides this whole time. So, but anyway, that's just how boxing is. Yeah. I mean, the last thing.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Just with Tank and Paul. The other thing I'll just say, he did it. We all saw what happened with the Roach fight, and he wasn't honest about it. After the fight, he held on to this possible rematch. He had no intention of taking it, and I've said the same.
No, I disagree. Because Tank, they said to him right after in the post-fight interview, they asked him, is he next? Or do you want it next? He says, he's not next. I want it, but he's definitely not going to be next. He did say that.
He did say that.
Well, I stand corrected then.
Yeah, no, he did. He did say that, and that's what fueled the speculation that the Jake Paul fight was going to happen. Because Jake Paul was there, and they were going to do the in-ring announcement at that fight, but because it was a draw, they ended up saying that they weren't going to do it at that moment.
Yeah.
Instead, we got the announcement of hair grease.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But listen, we're gonna wrap it up here because I have to go get the kiddos from school. But Jay, tell them where they can find your material.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Always fantastic to be on. Fight Sport Talk on YouTube. I've got several videos coming with a buddy of mine where we're breaking down the Yard Benavides fight, and we disagree. So there's a lot of laughs in there. Also, again, video coming out on the Crawford fight. I'm working on not on avoiding this copyright stuff. A lot of videos planned. So yeah, but it's always great to be on, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem, Jay. I appreciate it. Zach, what you want to tell the people?
Yo, stay tuned. We got some good fights coming up real soon. Follow us.
Yeah, for sure. Hit the like, subscribe at ABG Boxing. Hit us up, and hit the bell so that when the show comes on live.
Yep.
You never know who's gonna pop up. Today we had Tom Gerbasi, Boxing the 100 Greatest Fighters. He's the author of that book, which is available on Amazon right now. Go pick you up a copy. But we just have random people that we know, and
it might be Oscar De La Hoya might just come on.
Yeah. And if Oscar comes, Jay, you are not invited. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Jay. But listen, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Don't forget to subscribe at ABG Boxing on YouTube. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Peace.